What's up, guys? Welcome to the world's first mostly comic and nerd culture show. Welcome to the Comic Universe. I'm Dr. J. I've got a PhD in nerd culture, and I should know. Pretty damn myself. Well, what's up, you guys? Better late than never, and I'm sorry this one is so late, but it is here. This is our, unfortunately, second to last Young Justice Easter egg video for at least this half of Young Justice Season 3. Now, this Easter egg video will cover Easter eggs from episodes 7 through 9, which are, of course, Evolution. I'm not even going to try to pronounce the episode 7. I'm not even going to try to pronounce episode 8's title. Starts with a T. I don't even know what that word is. And then Home Fires, which I kept saying Home Fries in my review because I was sleep deprived and I was reading it wrong. It's actually Home Fires. Episode 9 is Home Fires. Now, of course, I'm only human, contrary to popular belief. I'm not just some, apocalypse tech AI that C-Dubs created to help the channel. I am only human, so I will be missing some Easter eggs. I'll probably miss a bunch. So if there are any Easter eggs from the episodes that you caught that I missed, feel free to tell me them in the comments down below. Now, obviously, we're a smaller channel. I can't really include clips and stuff like that showing you the different Easter eggs because copyright is a business. Yeah, really is. So we're not gonna worry about that. I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you, and you can go back and look at these yourselves. So let's start with Episode 7, Evolution. It focused on Vandal Savage, and we learn a lot about the lore of this version of the DC Universe. So, obviously we know Vandal Savage is a member of the Light, and we also know that he is immortal thanks to the power given to him by the Meteor, as per his comic origins. And as per his comic origins, we find out that he, over his several lifetimes, he's taken on different names of different famous historical figures and conquerors, one of which included Genghis Khan. And we find out actually the origin of the Light is that, Darkseid and Savage actually struck a deal after Darkseid was impressed when he discovered metahumans, which, of course, we find out that Vandal Savage was the first metahuman. So that was pretty cool. Also, we find out stuff like the fact that Naboo, that's right, the Naboo, as in the spirit that is in Dr. Fate's helmet, he is actually one of Vandal Savage's children, so that's pretty crazy. Also, we discover that in modern times, Vandal Savage and his children control the war world, so that's pretty nuts. And we actually see Vandal fight off Starro, because actually we see him fight Starro in both the past and the present. That's pretty dope. We got to see Starro in that episode. And also, we kind of find out Vandal's motivations, and it makes him a much more interesting character. He, in his own way, is fighting for humanity, and he wants to protect Earth. But he also wants to make sure Earth is properly controlled so that it can thrive and survive. So he has a weird, twisted way about it, but he's not necessarily... Well, I mean, he is a bad guy, but he's a bad guy that's doing the wrong things for the right reasons, in a sense. But it was pretty interesting. I liked all that history that we got from there for Vandal, and we also got to see, his daughter Cassandra play a role in the episode as well, and as she learned more about Vandal's history. So that was cool. So in the second episode, whose name I can't pronounce, we actually find out that the good guys, the heroes of the DC Universe, have actually created their own Illuminati-like light or type organization composed of members of each of the different teams. Of course, we've got Batman and his team that's yet to be unnamed, even though we're pretty sure that they're the outsiders. Then we've got Nightwing's team, which is yet to be which is still unnamed because they're technically not the Young Justice team. The Young Justice team is technically Magan's team. Yeah. So we got Batman's team, the Justice League, and Nightwing's team all working together, and the representatives of each team are, of course, Wonder Woman and Aquaman for the Justice League. We've got, Nightwing for Nightwing's team, Nightwing and Oracle for Nightwing's team, and we've got Batman and Tim Drake for Batman's team. So we also discover kind of the chain of command of things with the Light, and that Stag Industries and a bunch of other corporations have been kind of, stacking metahumans in their favor, taking them, taking control of them, using the Mad Hatter's tech, and one of these metahumans is actually, and metahuman villains is actually Clayface, which I think is really cool because there's a little nod to the Rebirth comics run of Detective Comics, where Clayface is freed, and he actually shows gratitude towards Tim for freeing him from the Mad Hatter's control. So maybe that's a little nod to that, and maybe we'll get to see Clayface working with the good guys, because I think that's pretty cool. Also, this episode gives us a better introduction to the Bat characters that joined Batman's team that left in the first episode of the season, which of course are Spoiler, Arrowette, and Tim Drake, and of course my favorite Batgirl, Cassandra Cain, aka Orphan. Sissy King is awesome. She's an OG Young Justice member if you've read the Peter David comics. Of course, Tim, my favorite Robin. Spoiler, Stephanie Brown, a lot of people's favorite Batgirl, and my favorite Batgirl, Cassandra Cain. I thought she was pretty badass in here. I love the banter between the two of them. We also see that Tim and Stephanie definitely got some chemistry, so that might be a hint that, Cassie and Tim might not be much, might not last much longer. Sorry for those few of you shippers out there that ship Tim and Cass. But let's face it, Spoiler and Tim have always been a thing, so I'm rooting for it. But yeah, this was a really fun episode. We got more insight into what the Light is doing and like kind of their methods of control. So that's pretty cool. Now in the next episode, the final episode, which is where we get like the mother load of all the Easter eggs. And I said mother load on purpose because we find out that there's like a DC Superheroes Mothers Club that's like set up at the West Allen household. And also we find out why Iris isn't on the news and hasn't been on the news recently, and it's mostly been Cat Grant, because Iris went and had the Tornado Twins, which I think is really fun. We get to see Dawn and Dawn. And I love the hilarious joke of just kind of the running gag of Bart calling his dad, calling the baby version of his dad, and Iris just being like, "Stop calling him Dad. It's weird, and don't call me Grandma. Stop it." We get to see all the other mothers and expecting mothers of the DC universe so far. We get to see Bumblebee is pregnant. We get to see Arthur and Mara. We now know why Arthur stepped down, because he had a kid and wanted to focus on being a dad. That's pretty cool. We get to see obviously Will Harper there, with Leanne, and we get to see not just Jefferson. We don't get to just see. Actually, Jeff isn't there, but we do get to see Lynn Pierce along with Jen and Anissa. We also get to see Red Tornado's daughter, which is really cool. So we get to see a lot of the kids and the parents, and of course the big one, which is what this video is titled after. We get to see that Lois has a baby of her own, of course, Superboy 2, aka John Kent. And it's funny, he's a baby, and we saw last set of episodes, we got to see Damian Wayne, so now we know that the Super Sons are about the same age. So maybe, since YJ apparently loves to have time skips, maybe one day we'll get to see the Super Sons. Maybe we'll get to see them come back in time from the future or something, or maybe we'll just get to see a flash forward, because they tend to really like to do flash forwards on this show. But yeah, I thought that was really cool. We also get to find out, which, this made me kind of feel dumb, who the head of the Shadows is. And, as it is traditionally, the head of the Shadows is, of course, Lady Shiva, the DC Universe's greatest martial artist. And, of course, the difference between the Shadows and the League of Shadows and the League of Assassins is pretty simple, but also kind of confusing. The League of Assassins are the ones that handle like the political intrigue and the infiltration, and kind of more of the chess moves type stuff. Whereas the actual assassination and the killing actually is and the covert ops are handled by the League of Shadows, which, you know, they are the same entity but also two separate entities at the same time. A lot of people get them confused because why would you call yourselves the League of Assassins if you're not actually assassinating? I'm not saying that members of the League of Assassins aren't trained killers, but they mostly operate within the political sphere, whereas the Shadows are the, you know, silent killers, basically the faceless men, if you want to use the Game of Thrones for this. So that was pretty cool, and she kills off Ocean Master, who we find out has been imprisoned for 6 years, and he has a pretty dope costume. Too bad, you know, we didn't get to see him for that long. But yeah, I thought that was really cool, and we also get to see the other members of the Light, and obviously the big reveal, which, you know, a lot of you called, a lot of people have called, the good goggles that we saw, and this whole good company that's risen up, is of course Granny Goodness, and she too is a member of the Light. So this is basically Reach Drink 2.0 for Young Justice Season 3. So likely those good goggles will be used for mind control or something like that, and it'll be interesting to see where that goes. But those are all the Easter eggs that I could find. Like I said, I'm probably missing a bunch. If there are any that you really liked that I missed out, definitely mention them in the comments. I'd love to hear them. And you know, out of all those Easter eggs that I talked about, which ones were your favorite? Let me know in the comments down below. As always, don't forget to leave this video a like. Let me know you enjoyed it. And if you like what I do here and you want to see more from me, DPZ, C-Dubs, you know, we've got a wide variety of content. We are so close to huge milestones, you guys. So we could really use your help in, you know, pushing the content forward. You know, like this video, share it around. If you know any other big YJ fans that maybe didn't know about some of these Easter eggs and you know, want to know like some of the references that are in the episodes, share it around. We'd really appreciate it. Don't forget to Hulk smash that like button like you mean it, and Hulk smash that subscribe button as well, and become one of Earth's mightiest subscribers today. I promise you won't regret it. And also, don't forget to join the Youniverse today by following us on all our different social medias. We have it all: Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. So follow us up there. Remember how I mentioned we are reaching milestones? Well, milestones usually mean giveaways, for us at least. So if you want to keep in the loop with that, the best way you can do that is by following us on social media. So until next time, you guys, this is Jay from Mr. A's Reviews for the Comic Universe, and hopefully next time I'll see you in the universe for our final Young Justice Easter egg hunt. But until next time, I'll catch you guys later. Peace.